Welcome back. Everyone, today's video delivers something special as we spotlight Frank Micho, the self-proclaimed sovereign citizen who recently ran headfirst into reality and was decisively brought to a halt by Judge Oakley in a courtroom moment that left no room for excuses, illusions, or empty rhetoric.
Yes or no? Are we doing a preliminary exam today? Yes or no?
I object. I will address.
Answer the question.
I want to address other issues as well.
You're in contempt of court. Put him in jail.
He's back once again, and this time he's standing before Judge Lisa Martin, the very same place where his entire sovereign citizen saga first began. And although he's facing serious legal trouble on multiple fronts, that's not actually what put him behind bars. Instead, he's currently locked up for contempt of court, a consequence brought on entirely by his own behavior, repeated defiance, and refusal to comply. So get ready as we break everything down, connect the dots, and dive straight into exactly how it all unfolded.
Is it Mishu?
Micho, I believe.
Micho, thank you. Your appearances, please.
Judge, I'm not sure if we're waiting for the prosecutor, but on Mr. Michaud's behalf, I would say that I'm not sure if Mr. Michaud wants me to continue to represent him. I think he's expressed previously that he does not want me to continue to represent him. I'm happy to be here as some sort of standby counsel, but I prefer that Mr. Michaud sort of speak to whether I'm representing him or whether he intends to represent himself.
Give me one moment so we may get the prosecutor's appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Thank you. And Mr. Michaud, your name for the record, sir.
I am the beneficiary of the Frank Anthony Michaud Jr. estate, making a special appearance, not general, and I appoint you as my trustee for the record.
And Mr. Michaud, were you able to hear Mr. Sullivan indicate that he is standing by as shadow counsel?
I heard him.
Okay. This case is scheduled this morning for PCC. How are we proceeding?
I'm here challenging the jurisdiction for the record, ma'am.
Judge, the people are prepared to set a preliminary exam in regards to this matter.
Mr. Michaud, you're able to raise that at the exam date, the allegations that these events occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. Are you ready to have the exam scheduled, sir?
I'm not here to
Mr.
have an
Michaud?
exam. Still trying to wonder why we moving forward with even having an exam, especially after not having, by the due process, even having a probable cause hearing.
Did your time in custody really fail to make the message clear, especially after Judge Oakley already spelled this out in unmistakable terms before ordering your detention? Yet somehow here we are again, with you showing up to a probable cause conference and treating it as if it were a stage for a probable cause hearing, which it clearly is not. That distinction isn't minor or technical, it's fundamental. And it's precisely the reason this pretrial conference exists in the first place. The record leaves no room for confusion. The state is offering zero concessions, no plea deals, no leniency, and absolutely no shortcuts. And they have made it abundantly clear that they are fully prepared, entirely willing, and more than ready to take this case straight to trial without hesitation.
It's not a problem. It's probable cause conference, sir, at which time the parties will indicate if they're ready to proceed to exam, if there's a plea or a waiver or some other resolution. So at this time, the assisting prosecuting attorney has requested that an exam be set. Are you prepared to have the exam scheduled?
No, as me here challenging the jurisdiction for the record, I want to put on the record that once the jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears that the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach matters but rather should dismiss the action. That's Mello versus U.S. for the record.
And sir, what is it that you find, what is your allegation regarding the jurisdiction?
Well, what is the jurisdiction that the court is operating up under, ma'am? The Sixth Amendment.
The court has already,
the right
Mr.
to know
Michaud, the court has already indicated that the allegation is that this event occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus.
under
Are you
what
indicating that this event that brings us here to court did not occur in the city of Romulus?
Well, I would like to know what jurisdiction is this court operating up under so that I can properly defend myself and represent myself for the record. So the Sixth Amendment grant me the right to know the nature and causes of these actions. So I would like to know what jurisdiction are you operating up under?
Sir, what the file indicates is that there's an offense dated February 23rd, 2021. And again, that the case happened at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. That is a jurisdiction within this court's parameters. So that being the case, would you like to have an exam scheduled?
No, I would like to have, under what jurisdiction are you proceeding with so I can properly defend myself?
At this point, the pattern of behavior makes the situation painfully obvious because the facts speak for themselves and leave absolutely no room for confusion. You are facing charges for unlawfully possessing a weapon as a prohibited individual, and not just in any random location, but inside an airport within the city of Romulus, which makes the authority of this court clear, undeniable, and firmly established. And yes, this court unquestionably has full jurisdiction over your actions, your conduct, and every consequence that follows from them.
I've said it 3 times already, Mr. Michaud. If you have indications or information that the event as alleged did not occur in the city of Romulus, I'll hear it at the exam date.
That's not a jurisdiction. The jurisdiction has to either be one or two. Is this common law or admiralty jurisdiction, or is for the record? You gave me a location.
Mr. Michaud?
The jurisdiction.
Mr. Michaud, respectfully, what we'll do this morning is either schedule an exam, adjourn the PCC, or waive the exam. One of those 3 things.
Well, the law requires proof of jurisdiction to appear on the record of the administrative agency and all administrative proceedings. That's Higgins versus Levine. So I still would like to know under what jurisdiction so that I can properly defend myself, not the location. I need to know what jurisdiction is this court operating up under.
Mr. Michaud,
it wouldn't be a violation of your oath of office to tell me.
Mr. Michaud, for probable cause conference, and I'm sure that you've heard this before, we're doing one of a few things. We are scheduling the exam, we're adjourning the PCC, or we're waiving the exam. How are we proceeding?
We can't proceed until jurisdiction is proven on a record so that I can fully have an understanding of what's going on. I still don't understand what is going on without jurisdiction being proven on the record.
You're standing before this court today while confined at the county jail, and with every word you choose to speak, you only further reinforce what the record already reflects: the reality that your presence here, your active participation in these proceedings, and even your own statements consistently and unmistakably affirm this court's authority and jurisdiction, leaving no room for argument, denial, or contradiction.
I've already indicated to you, sir, what the court is.
Is this common law or amity? That's the only jurisdictions that we can, that I know of. You still haven't acknowledged neither one, and I still don't understand what's going on. Until you acknowledge one or the other, we still haven't got jurisdiction on the record.
Mr. Michaud, do you intend to represent yourself in this matter going forward?
I would like to know jurisdiction so I can properly proceed to present myself properly. I can't properly present myself or defend myself without knowing what jurisdiction that you're operating up under. And you said it was criminal, so if it's criminal, and for a crime to exist, there must be an injured party, a corpus delicti. There can be no sanction imposed or penalty imposed on one because of this constitutional right. So if this is a criminal, where is the injured party? Who have I injured? I have the right to face my accuser, face the one who is bringing these allegations against me, ma'am.
Mr. Michaud, if you wish to be able to defend yourself and hear witnesses against you, the court is happy to schedule the exam. Is that what you're asking this morning?
No, as I appointed you as my trustee, I demand that you dismiss these actions for no corpus electi, no proper jurisdiction, for no proper crime, injured party.
Mr. Muhammad, your response to Mr. Michel's request that this case be dismissed?
Judge, the people's position is we would object to dismissing this case on the basis of lack of jurisdiction. As you mentioned earlier, this crime did occur in the county of Wayne, and thus we do have jurisdiction.
There is no jurisdiction without an injured party, for the record. So I would like to face the injured party for the record.
And Judge, my response is, then we should
Yes, sir.
then I believe we should set this for a preliminary exam.
I object to that, ma'am. You cannot proceed without jurisdiction being provided on the record. And you being my trustee, for the record, ma'am, you have to dismiss this case as I demand, for the record.
Your request to have this matter dismissed is denied. Mr. Michaud, my question will remain the same. Would you wish the court to schedule an exam? Do you wish to waive that exam and have your case bound over to Third Circuit Court, Frank Murphy Hall of Justice? Or do you wish to adjourn the PCC? Those are your options this morning, sir. They're going to stay the same.
I would like for jurisdiction to be provided for the record, and that if not, I demand dismissal, for the record.
This case will not be dismissed, sir. Would you like the exam scheduled? Would you like to waive the exam, or would you like to adjourn the PCC?
Again, jurisdiction for the record. You cannot proceed without, when once jurisdiction is challenged, again, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears that the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach matters, but rather should dismiss the action. That is Mello versus US.
Mr. Michaud, this is the last time that I will say this. I've indicated to you that this court is the 34th District Court, that this case is criminal in nature, and the allegations that it occurred at Detroit Metro Airport, which is located in the city of Romulus. If there's something you wish to present, you may do so at the exam. You may present your motions at the exam date. So do you want an exam? Would you like the case to be waived? Or would you like to adjourn the PCC to confer with Mr. Sullivan?
No, I would like for this case to just be dismissed because the lack of providing a proper jurisdiction would make it seem like there's some secret jurisdiction being held against me without me knowing, and I don't consent to any jurisdiction that you have presented.
Nice attempt, but the court's authority has never depended on your approval or consent. If it did, accountability would fall apart instantly, and anyone could violate the law and simply declare themselves exempt, which is precisely why jurisdiction exists independently of personal agreement and remains firmly established, fully enforceable, and unquestionably in place.
Understood. And that being the case, Mr. Sullivan, is there anything you'd like to add, sir?
Judge, I don't know what to say. I'm not sure that that I still have authority to represent Mr. Michaud. I will say that Mr. Michaud has made his arguments, a couple times, and I think that the arguments have been, or the motions have been denied. And I've explained to him that those motions, his arguments are preserved on the record, and that he maintains the ability to appeal any denial of his motion to dismiss. He would be able to appeal that first at the circuit court level and then up to the Court of Appeals. So I've done my best to advise him of his rights to continue making that argument. I will also, I think the court may already be aware that Mr. Michaud is not in custody on this case. He's in custody on a contempt of court that Judge Oakley sentenced him to back at the end of January. So I don't know that there is, unlike clients that are in custody, a reason to expedite the setting of the preliminary exam. So I really, I want to defer to Mr. Michaud's stated interest, what it is that he wants to do with this case. I've given him advice, and I don't know what I can do beyond that. Again, I don't want to create any conflict in my representation
And Mr. Sullivan, the court wasn't asking you to. The court has heard Mr. Michaud's arguments. The record has been made. Your statements have been preserved, Mr. Michaud. And at this time, the court can do one of two things. We can schedule you for an exam next week. We have space available next Wednesday, the 28th. We can adjourn this matter for another PCC next Wednesday morning at 8:30, or you may waive your exam. Your response is one of those three things, please, sir.
Well, my response, I want to ask you a question. Are you honoring your oath to the Constitution today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I accept your oath, and upon you honor your oath.
Then, Mr. Michaud, no. I've answered your question. I've now given you your options multiple times. The court has other cases. Are we scheduling an exam for next Wednesday? Are you waiving your right to have the exam? Or would you like another PCC next Wednesday morning at 8:30 so you have time to consider your options and how you will proceed in this case?
I demand a dismissal for lack of jurisdiction.
Nice attempt, but the court's authority has never depended on your approval or consent. If it did, accountability would fall apart instantly, and anyone could violate the law and simply declare themselves exempt, which is precisely why jurisdiction exists independently of personal agreement and remains firmly established, fully enforceable, and unquestionably in place. Next voice. Your motion for dismissal is denied, and Judge Martin has demonstrated more than enough patience throughout the course of these proceedings. But the time for repeated arguments, delays, and deliberate obstruction has clearly come to an end, and at this point the most appropriate and necessary course of action is to set aside the uncooperative conduct, restore order to the process, and return him to custody, where he can take the time to fully reflect on the seriousness of the situation and the consequences of the decisions he has continued to make.
Jurisdiction has not been provided for the record so that
Mr. Michaud, the court has responded and provided the appropriate information to you. The exam will be scheduled for next Wednesday, February 28, 2024, at 2:30 p.m. in person here in courtroom number 1. If there is a motion that you want the court to consider, the court will take it up as a preliminary part of the exam.
I object.
Anything else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Michaud?
I demand for dismissal for the record. Court cannot proceed without jurisdiction being provided for the record, and yet you still continue. Your
oral motion having been heard and denied. Anything else?
Why are you denying to put the jurisdiction on the record? Why? I just want to know why. Why are you denying?
I've done that, Mr. Michaud. I've done that. I've asked you multiple times how you would like to proceed with this conference. You refuse to answer the court's question regarding how we're proceeding. The prosecution has requested an exam. The court has scheduled an exam. If there are things that you wish to take up preliminary next Wednesday, we will take it up before the exam starts.
I'm not prepared. Do not wish to have a preliminary without me knowing how to defend myself under which jurisdiction. So it's still a violation of my rights, my due process. You're moving forward without telling me which jurisdiction so that I can properly defend myself and represent. Civil and criminal procedures have different jurisdictions, and I need to know which one are you operating up under now. How could you? You do,
Mr. Michaud. The court's answered the question multiple times, and the court deems this matter concluded. I will see you next Wednesday afternoon.
All right, everyone. That brings today's breakdown to a close. Next time we see him will most likely be at his in-person probable cause hearing on Wednesday. The very hearing he continues to insist is being withheld from him, despite repeatedly demonstrating a clear misunderstanding of how the process actually works. If you found this breakdown informative, insightful, or even entertaining, go ahead and drop a like. If it wasn't your thing, the dislike button is sitting right there. Either way, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay locked in so you don't miss what happens next.